Arsenal 2, Arsenal 2, Chelsea 1 in a game where the win was just the major thing. The win was the most important thing, and Arsenal got the 3 points against Chelsea. Fourth time we're facing them this season. That's three wins, one draw, two red cards, and Chelsea are little brothers, man. Like, we dunk on them, we've owned them. They ain't beaten us since 2021, and I gotta respect them. I think they did put up a very good game today. Or yesterday, I should say. And in the last couple of games, it's been close games, 1-goal leads. Nothing much between the teams. Chelsea have had 10 men and still performed at a level that you will say was respectable. But at the end of the day, Arsenal are at the business stage of the season, and the 3 points is all that matters. So let me get that reaction. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and like button. I'm on the road to 2K subs, and smash the hype button as well if you can. Like Arsenal, I think it was a tale of two halves. I think in the first half, Arsenal played good. I won't say great, but we played good. I think we were pressing Chelsea. There was a lot of open spaces, a lot of pressure on Sanchez. The likes of Gyökeres, Rice were getting into their players. I think Trossard was trying to play, passes forward, and we had a couple of openings. I'll say not necessarily chances, but a couple of openings that maybe our passing quality and our ruthlessness just wasn't there, which I'll get to later in the video. But we got the first goal off set piece. This was a set piece game. All the goals came from set pieces, and all the goals came from Arsenal headers. So that's funny. But yeah, first goal came deep corner from Saka. It was met by Gabriel, and then Saliba heads it, and I think Sarr deflects it into the goal, but still goes down as a Saliba goal. Gabriel's header, the way he got up for that, it was like an alley-oop, it was like a dunk. Do you know what I mean? And Arsenal got that goal. The opposition fans are mad. I'm very happy, and obviously this is around like 25th minute. I'm thinking Arsenal now can go on and potentially, not cruise this game, but go and try and kill this game. Let's say that. But what's been Arsenal's thorn this season is when we go 1-0 up, it seems like we're most vulnerable. The players seem to go into their shell, don't go and put their foot on the gas and try and kill the game, and you let teams creep into the game. And I think I'll have a free for this again at the end of the video into why this is. But Chelsea start to go back into the game. They have two corners. First corner came in, and it was, I can't lie, I'll admit, I think it should have been a penalty on Rice. I think first of all he was pushing, I don't know who the player was, pushing or pulling the player. He then gets his elbow and it's on the low side, it hits his arm, and then on top of that he could have scored an own goal with that touch if not for a mad save from Raya. Chelsea fans would have felt slighted. Can't really blame Arsenal. It's not like Arsenal are cheating or the refs. Gary Neville on commentary, I thought Gary Neville's been pushing this whole agenda that you won't believe Arsenal in the league, he's put back them and but the commentary today showed this commentary and his podcast shows true feelings about Arsenal, because everything he was negative, he was trying to get onto us, and that started from last week with that celebration thing, and you're seeing his true feelings come out, do you know what I mean? So don't get capped when he's trying to say, I backed Arsenal in the league, and if Arsenal win, oh yeah, I backed it. Don't believe that. But anyways, getting into it. So Chelsea have another corner, and straight from that second corner, after they should be given a penalty, James puts it in, and then Nketiah gets his head on it, and it's an own goal, and it's 1-1. This is quite shortly before half time. So Arsenal feeling disappointed. I'm pretty sure Rosinia and Chelsea are feeling a bit more happier. There was moments where Cole Palmer was getting some spaces in this game behind our midfield, but not really amounted to anything. So going to half time, similar to the Spurs game, 1-1, disappointed off the back of a better performance. Let's just say a better performance than the other team. So I'm expecting us to come out and play better football, come with some intensity and try and win this game in the second half. But I don't think it was like that. I think Chelsea came out in the first 15 minutes or so. I think they were the better team, passing the ball around, putting a bit of pressure on us. I don't think it was necessarily any shots, but just territory, just in terms of passing. And Arsenal wasn't really able to keep the ball. Again, we're seeing signs of similar things that we saw in these last few games that Arsenal have been playing, where second half we're expecting a certain level of intensity, certain level of directness, certain level of quality, and we can't even really knit 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 passes together in an attacking sense, and then also just play and create chances. But we get the second goal from another corner, this time from Rice's side, the lovely cross, and Timber heads it in, 2-1. Obviously Arsenal get a lead, and obviously it was a more comfortable state because we're up now, and obviously hopefully we can go on to win the game. What makes it even better is that Chelsea get a red card. for Pedro Neto getting a second yellow. I didn't even see when he got his first yellow, but apparently it was for some dissent earlier in the game, and then he takes out Martinelli came off of Trossard, which I will credit for Mikel for making that sub, because I think Trossard, although he started the game okay, I won't say well, I think he was poor throughout the rest of the game, losing the ball, losing his duels to Reece James, not really creating, not really keeping the ball. Obviously, he was trying to do stuff coming to central areas and be risky, but I don't know, this doesn't look as sharp and as fluid as we know Trossard can be. Don't know what's going on with him in it, but Martinelli came on, and I think it was the right sub, brought a bit of pace, a bit of directness, obviously in terms of the work rate back and defensive work rate that we know Martinelli does. He's there, and obviously in terms of giving Reece James a different look, and that's what led to the Neto red card. But I think even that red card came from advantage that the ref didn't. This ref down in England, I think it was 4 or 5 times where Arsenal have played a quick play, and a player's fouled Arsenal, a player's done something, and he could have just let the advantage go. Make sure you mentally note who that player was. You're going to give him a yellow, and then when that play either dies down or it leads to something, then go back. I think it was a foul on Saka from Palmer, yellow. Raya's throwing out to Timber, we had a counter, blow the whistle. The Martinelli one, even though yes it was a red card, second yellow, let the attack die down, could have scored. Martinelli was legit in the box, and I think there was like 3 or 4 Arsenal players running into the box with no Chelsea players around. Blew the whistle. And so but as you're saying, I'm not going to talk about conspiracy, PGMO and stuff, just get the win, and we got that. Obviously a last minute scare in the game. After the 10 man, I was disappointed in the way Arsenal played. We didn't really control the game, didn't really dominate Chelsea, similar to the Stamford Bridge game where you expect us to kind of create chances, swarm, really kill the game, and instead we were kind of holding on, defending well, but holding on, and Chelsea get that last minute scare, the ball gets put in the back of the net, but João Pedro's offside. I think there's like a ball that got clipped over, he does like an overhead kick, Raya makes a save, it loops over, he clears it off the lap's there to put it in, but it was obviously blatantly offside, but not to Gary Neville, who was like, oh, I think this is on, and then when he sees it play, like, this is what I was talking about. But we get the 3 points, and that's all that matters. To my disappointments, I think after the Spurs game, I said this before the Spurs game, I said this after the Spurs game, that I was very happy with the way that we played. I was very happy with I wanted to see a reaction, but it was easy to get up for a North London derby, and especially against this level of quality of Spurs. I think where we was going to see our real reaction in terms of the attacking football, the intent, the quality, would have been against Chelsea, because that's a game that, one, is a big game, two, a game that isn't like the historical area derby. It is a London derby, and we do hate Chelsea. I hate Chelsea so much, but do you know what I mean? In terms of these set of players hating Chelsea, we dunk on Chelsea, so they would expect a game that was going to be open, which Chelsea made, that we could have won, and we didn't really capitalise on the football. We didn't really capitalise on the way that we attacked Chelsea, and I think that I'm putting this on the players today. I'm not really putting it on Mikel. I think Mikel made the necessary subs, took off Gokeres when he should have, took off Rice, apparently it was for a niggle and injury, put on Norgard, but it was a sensible sub. Martinelli came on, do you know what I mean? But I was looking for a better reaction in terms of just the attacking play. I think I put this on the players. I think the players, just the quality, and I'm putting specifically the attacking players and the midfield in an attacking sense. Quality in terms of your passing, risk in terms of your passing. I think Eze today, his touches wasn't good today. Like, first touch was off. Apart from, I think that one moment second half where he got the ball cut in, shot with his left foot, and it was good save from Sanchez. I don't think he had a good game. I think Gokeres as well, don't think he had a good game. I think Trossard, didn't think he had a good game. Saka had a good game. Wasn't his great game. I wasn't definitely Saka's level, but probably the best of the rest. I think Zubimendi, Rice wasn't their best games. So if all these players are underperforming, from an attacking sense, a game that was very open, Chelsea had a lot of space, they were pressing, they were going for the game, it wasn't like they were playing a low block. They got into the shape at times, but Arsenal had a lot of opportunity to play and we didn't. So I think the players got to be disappointed, obviously, but happy that they got the win. Kind of saw it after the game. It wasn't that there was mad celebrations and everyone going crazy. Players just kind of celebrated, clapped the fans off, and went down the tunnel because they know maybe that it wasn't our best outing. But I'm going to give credit to the team because, again, we didn't play well or didn't play our best, definitely not in the second half, but we got the 3 points and 9 games left. That is all that matters. Yes, performances brings a long-term concern. Maybe there might be a game later on, maybe it might be a game in the semi-final, quarter-final, whatever, cup, and maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, where this lethargic offense and attack and lack of ruthlessness will come back to bite us because we've seen it in previous seasons. But for now, we're in all 4 competitions, we're played every game that we could have played, and we're still in that situation, especially if we beat Macclesfield, and Leverkusen next week. So I've got to credit the boys and the team, and we got it over the line. Chelsea and I would say City on paper would have been the hardest games in the Prem's left, and we've got one of them out of the way with a win. Brighton now, Brighton, I think we got the win against Forest. Obviously, they're not the Brighton of old, but Brighton have always been a thorn in Arsenal's side, and Arsenal got to make sure that they go and win that game because and perform better. I think there will be again another game where there'll be spaces. I think Brighton are a team that want to play football, that would want to press up high. They are probably trying to aspire to try and still push for those Europa League or Europa Conference League positions. And Hertzler, their manager, has personality about him. But Arsenal, we beat Brighton already this season, I think twice, if I'm correct, at home, both in the league and in the Carabao Cup. But I do expect Arsenal to have a tough game, but to win. Lastly, I want to give a big shout out to David Raya. I think Raya today showed some quality. I got onto him after the Wolves game, and rightfully so, but I think in the last 2 games he's shown his quality, especially this game. The save he made from the Garnacho cross, shot, whatever it was, last moment. If Arsenal go on to win the league, this will go down on one of the saves that was one of the reasons why Arsenal won. And then obviously you look at the last, even the João Pedro was offside, but he made a save there. Just overall was commanding his box, claiming crosses. Can't really blame him for the own goal. Chelsea had a good tactic in their corner tactic to try and condense that 6-yard box around the keeper, not give him any room to move and claim crosses. Fair enough to them. But shout out to Raya, man. He's a quality keeper, man. And yeah, he does have bozo moments or hero moments, over eager moments, but I think he's a quality keeper, and the way he springs off his step to make some of these saves and push them out of the way as well is the main thing, man. But big shout out to the team. We got the 3 points, 9 games left. That's all that matters. When we're seeing City in the last couple of games get over the line or just have these grand results, everyone's saying sign the champions, they're there. But when it's Arsenal, it's a complaint. When Arsenal get a corner, everything Arsenal does is a complaint. That's what we see. So that's all that matters. That's all that doesn't matter to me. But we move on to Brighton, and we move. Man of the match today, I'll give it to Raya. But shout outs to Gabriel Saliba as well. Nketiah, even though he got on goal, and Timber as well. I think they were all class today. And Saka, honourable mentions to him. Hopefully there's no injury to Rice, and we move, man. But yeah, give me your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, guys. Make sure you smash the like button as well, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.